Hey guys, I'm just Jershin. Welcome back to episode number 20 of the Binding of Isaac Repentance. You know, I'm gonna give us some credit here. 20 epis in, and I think we've actually made some pretty substantial progress in Repentance thus far. Now, unfortunately, as we found in the last episode, this is gonna be about a 600-part series. Hope you're excited. If you do not want huge, massive spoilies, I highly recommend you turn away right now. We discovered, excuse me, I lost my headphone, or primarily I should say the little rubber stopper thing that goes at the end of it. In the last episode, we successfully used the red key to discover the secret hiding within the home sub area, particularly with Isaac. Okay, look, you had your time. I gave you the sufficient spoiler warning. Brother, there's a freaking backside to the piece of paper. So every character, at least the way it seems here, has like a, excuse me, oh, wrong button. It seems every character has like an alt version. Like you have alternative Isaac here who doesn't start with a D6 and instead has more options, less room, whatever in the world that means. I've never actually been on the menu long enough to hear the song, still slaps. I know I promised you guys a Bloody Mary run. The next Bloody Mary attempt is coming, I promise. But I think we would be doing ourselves a disservice to not look at this new content just to see exactly what it means. Each character also appears to have its own post-it note, which is ridiculous. But it should mean, I'm actually glad this happened, because it should mean we can get a lot of variety in a lot of the stuff we do. Otherwise, we were gonna have to do like mother run, 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 and then after the mother runs, dogma run, dogma run, dogma run, and that was gonna get boring. So now we can mix it up a little bit. Let's go ahead and check out alternative side Isaac. Let's try the new path. Okay, so we don't have the D6. What's different here? By the way, I haven't been showing the seeds, and I apologize for that. AM06JVJQ. So I don't have the D6. My stats appear, I don't have any items, so my stats appear normal. So what is different? So is it just worse Isaac? I was asking in the last epi, I was like, is this just extra hard mode? Is this just extra hard mode? Rainbow? No! Okay. You piece. Okay, so I think I understand the mechanic, but unfortunately, got a little excited. Look, I'm just used to seeing the item and we don't have a D6, so you just pick it up. Okay, so what happened there was the item transformed before my very eyes. It went from Rainbow Baby. It went from Rainbow Baby to Mom's Bra, which is not as good. Now I wonder, so it said more options, less room. So I wonder if it's gonna like, every item just cycles and then you have to like, it's like reaction based. Like it's gonna go through probably not the entire item pool because that might be ridiculous, or maybe it does. And when you see the item you want, you grab it. Perhaps, that's my guess. It could also just like flicker between like 2 or 3 options, but I'm gonna choose to assume that it's every item in the game, which does not sound like hard mode. That sounds like easy peasy little baby mode, to be honest with you, and I love it. Like just get a deal with the devil and wait for brimstone to show up forehead. That's like infinitely better. Oh, that's my laptop making that sound. What in the world? I heard like a Tyrannosaurus Rex breathing. It's my poor laptop exploding. Thankfully will not be exploding much longer. If you didn't catch the update video from earlier today, highly recommend you go check it out. It's a big one. Apologies for the clickbait title, by the way. Look, I've been waiting to use that. Like the second I knew I was leaving my job, well, the second I knew I was like looking for a new job, I was like, when I eventually get a job and I get to leave my current horrible toxic work environment, I have to, like legally as a YouTuber, I'm required to make a clickbaity thumbnail where I look sad that says I'm quitting. So that's what I did, and I apologize. Now, I apologize extra if I haha got him and you thought I was quitting YouTube. No, that's not the case. Look, I don't know when to give up. Here's the thing, I still have fun doing YouTube and Twitch. I have been working in a toxic work environment where every little step that I do is berated, insulted, my intelligence is insulted. Okay, so it's just 2. So we'd rather have blood clot. Hemolacria. I didn't have you unlocked? Something's weird with my save files. I also don't have the Forgotten unlocked for some reason. Look, if I manage to survive 3 years at a company culture that punishes creativity, hates overachieving, hates hard work, etc., if I manage to survive 3 years there without quitting, you can believe I ain't quitting YouTube that easy. Things would granted, one pays the bills, one's just for funsies, so like maybe not exactly comparative, but the idea is still there. I would, okay, so I don't know what this means, but I just noticed in the top left, blood clot is in its own fancy little box up there, you may be noticing. Blood clot is in its own, do we do main path or do alt path? We want to try to get boss rush, so let's just do main path. I just noticed that there's 8 little dots up in the top left, a la Pac-Man, and there seems to be, well, blood clot's taken up one of them, so what that tells my brain, my deductive reasoning skills, so when you click this, Isaac, it says more options, less room. So every item that you see is actually 2 potential items. However, you can only hold 8 total items plus a spacebar item. What the heck are these 2 things? I don't know. Give me dirty socks. Speed up and your feet feel stronger. Does that mean no spike damage? That's pretty cool. Okay. So obviously I've got an issue here. I've got 2 questions. Number 1, how dare you? Number 2, when I hit 8 passive items, am I done? Like that's all of the passive items that I can hold? Okay, so obviously the choice here is pretty simple. We're gonna be taking Book of Sin, which I think is significantly better than Isaac's Heart. Even if they potentially changed Isaac's Heart, like maybe it's good now. I doubt it, but like maybe it's better now. I'm not gonna pick that up. Yeah. So what happens when I hit 8 items? Does the game just say you cannot pick up items anymore? Can you do you get to play some swippity swapperoonies? Do you get to swap in and out items is what I'm trying to say. Like if I find another item that I like even more, can I say, yeah, I'm not really feeling this HP upgrade anymore. Can I take Brimstone? I don't know. We're gonna find out together. How do I feel about this? Overall, it's an interesting concept. Give me damage. Then we go in here. So that one on the left is Brimstone every 3 rooms, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if that's that valuable for me. Oh, I fricked up. I wanted Book of Belial there to get me 2/3 of the way to Bookworm. Instead, I picked up Sister Maggie. So that's a big issue. Like, I don't want Sister Maggie as one of my 8 total items that I can hold in the entire game. It's pretty bad, I would say. Explosive diarrhea? No, luck up. So the question is, what happens when I hit that 8 cap? Because we're definitely getting rid of Sister Maggie. That's a shame. Overall, I would say it's, I don't want to say obvious. Dolly is what we want. But I would say it should be fairly obvious that this is significantly worse than regular Isaac. Obviously, Isaac starts with a D6. D6 allows you to reroll items, sometimes multiple times. So not only do you get 2 shots at an item, if you have battery charges, you might get more rerolls of an item. So it is, and I can obviously only hold 8 items total. So that's a big problem for me. we're gonna have to be a little fancy with it. I wonder, there is a square around blood clots. So like, I wonder, can I like cycle through? Yes, you can. Okay. So by hitting, I think I understand now. By hitting the control button, I can cycle through. Bad damage. By hitting the control button, I can cycle through items. So like the first item we're gonna get rid of is probably Sister Maggie. So I assume once we hit that cap of 8, I assume once we hit the magical number of 8, any subsequent spacebar items that we pick up will automatically replace, sorry, not spacebar items, passive items, will automatically replace, I mean, thanks for the library. There's my bookworm. There's my bookworm, which is pretty sweet. We'll stick with Book of Sin, I think. The consumables can be pretty valuable. The pills have also proven... The HP down's a little monka, because so here's another question. So, an HP upgrade is a passive item, but that requires it to take up a slot. If I remove the HP upgrade from the slot, do I lose the passive bonus? Like, do I lose that HP? Or is it kind of like a D4 situation where once you've got the HP, it's now converted to a stat and the item is kind of just worthless unless it has like a secondary effect like stem cells or something? I got no consumables. Book of Sin, you're supposed to be saving me from this issue. Yet you're not. I don't know, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, obviously. Anyway, yeah, go back and watch the update video. I quit my job, which is real sick. I put in my 2 weeks today. I have not been fired yet. I've heard that my company has a reputation for when people put in their 2 weeks, they just fire you right on the spot. Obviously, we want Eden's blessing. Don't mess it up, don't mess it up, don't mess it up. Bada bing! Okay, the tier's up. Next run's gonna be even better. You love to see that. In fact, we may want to choose our next run carefully. Like, we may want to do a harder challenge than we would have otherwise done because we have an extra item at the start of the run. So we'll just remember that and think about that. A charged key, huh? I'll come back for you. I think we can get a charge just naturally before our boss fight. So I'll get a natural charge and then I'll come pick that back up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But yeah, dude, I'm pretty, I'm rather pogged about the whole job hunt situation finally being over. It's been like a long 5 months. 5 months since I've been actively lurking? 5 months since I've been actively looking, and like 2 years since I've just been praying that I get fired for whatever reason, so it forces me to look because I kind of hate change, and so I've been unwilling in the past. Yeah, I mean, paying this guy could give us some charges. The charges could give us consumables. It's probably worth it. I mean, you gotta pay it a little higher than that, buddy. But it's still probably worth it. I don't want to take too long, because as I said before, boss rush still on the table. You're gonna give me at least one payout. Thank you. Hey, was that worth it? Monetarily, probably not. That's okay. Give me a 7-set Nun's Habit. Oh. I gotta get this through my brain. I really gotta get this through my brain. I was like, Nun's Habit, yeah, that's a good item, and it's only 7 cents. You should pick it up. When you can only hold 7 items, though. Sorry, 8. When you can only hold 8 passive items, the requisite, especially in a shop where you're spending money on something, the barrier to entry is a lot higher. And I don't think Nun's Habit, I'll take the tears up. I don't think Nun's Habit is particularly good enough. So we're at our 8 items. In fact, I'm gonna get rid of Nun's Habit first. We'll see what happens on the next floor. I'm also wondering if taking all of these... I'm wondering if taking all of these tiers up was a good idea, because here's the thing. We're gonna have to get rid of it. We're probably gonna have to part ways with at least one of the tiers ups, which is really sad. Now, something like Dolly is nice because it gave us the tears up. It gave us the tears up, but it also gave us some spirit hearts that we just took advantage of instantly. Not every item is exactly like that. So, for example, Eden's Blessing, we're gonna lose the tears up. Do we also lose the fact that the next run we're supposed to get an extra starting item? Does that only occur if you end a run? There's some interesting mechanics to think about here. I kind of dig this. It's weird. It almost feels like a challenge run. So part of me is like, why did they make this a different character? But then I like think about it more and I'm like, what's the difference between like a Kane? This is not like the setup for like a horrible Jerry Seinfeld joke. Between Kane and Isabel. Isabel's not a character in the game, first of all. But like, you know, on paper, what's the difference between Kane and Judas? 1 HP and a starting item? Like they don't really behave that differently. Don't get me wrong, you've got some, that hurt. You've got some characters that behave very different. That's unfortunate. That's kind of a good item, but I'll stick with Book of Sin. No. Golden Teleporter is guaranteed deals with the devil. I'm hard-pressed to not think of a situation in which you don't take Golden Teleporter. Now, you have to make sure you hit every single room and your secret rooms, which can sometimes be difficult to do. You can sometimes even be gated by, like, you know, currency. If you don't have enough bombs to find your secret rooms, which we don't exactly have a ton of right now, that could be an issue. But overall, I think it's good. It's going to allow us into that boss trap room, I think, eventually as well. It's going to make it so I don't have to do this room ever again, which is also very nice. I guess one of the benefits of this run... Golden Teleport. One of the benefits of this run is that if you Curse of the Blind pick up a horrible item, like Curse of the Tower we could have just picked up there if it popped up. If you Curse of the Blind pick up a terrible item, you can swap it out. You're not screwed if you accidentally pick up a run-ending item or a synergy-breaking item. Curved Horn, sweet. So there are some benefits to this. But yeah, anyway, like the difference between like a Judas and a Kane or Eve or any of the other base characters is basically just like a couple starting items and maybe some stats rerolled a little bit. Now, don't get me wrong. Shoot. There's some cool characters like, cool does not mean good, but there's interesting characters. Synth Oil. Okay, so it goes on the pedestal. So now we decide, would we rather have, I think I would, just for now, hold this, because it's going to allow us to maybe get to some more rooms here. Got that on the ground as well, which is pretty sweet. That's amazing. We can't keep HP upgrades, so an Eternal Heart is just an HP upgrade that doesn't require an item slot. That's awesome. You know, the Keeper, the Lost, Eden, Lilith, Forsaken, or Forgotten. A lot of the later characters they added really started having these cooler mechanics. Mechanics that made them different from your run-of-the-mill. My doorbell has rang. 1 second. Just a nice UPS delivery man. No worries. Shoot. I had something like a statement right on the tip of my tongue. I had something right on the tip of my tongue, and unfortunately it's gone. Also, by the way, Golden Teleporter probably means no boss rush this time around, but that's okay. You piece. Golden Teleporter probably means no boss rush this time around, just because it's typically a little bit more of a slow, methodical playing kind of item. Because now we're gonna do this. I'll take you. It's HP upgrade, so if I drop it, I keep the HP! Okay, sorry, I don't know what happened there. We broke the game. We didn't break the game, but that's good to know. You can pick up an HP upgrade, and it's just HP, so there's no reason not to pick it up. What was I gonna say before? Oh, yeah, some of the later characters they started adding, Forgotten, the Lost, who really wasn't a later character, the Keeper, Lilith, etc. They started giving unique mechanics, but a lot of the early characters, the only thing that makes them different characters is just that they have a couple different starting items. So I don't know why in my brain I'm like, this feels like more of a challenge than a character. No, it's a very unique mechanic that I think should be rewarded. I will be happy to do an entire post-it note under these new strange circumstances. I don't want that. Now, I do want one more teleport, so that I can get to my... I would like to get to my deal with the devil. So I think what you do is this. I think what you do is that. You say, hello, deal with the devil. There's a 2-heart one. Ability to fly is pretty sick. Is it better than Nun's Habit with the current setup? Well, okay, I can get rid of socks now. I'd rather have Nun's Habit, I think. I don't think we need socks anymore. Because we can fly, so we don't have to worry about spikes. Okay. Was that a good trade? I think it's okay. I would have preferred like a brimstone or something, but I'm fine with where we are. We could use some upgrades. Like the thing that's concerning me right now is I'm thinking about it more realistically is this is as strong as we are going to get over the course of this entire run. We have all of the 8 items we are going to be holding. So this is the run. So the question is, can you win this? It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. 9 lives would be sick. It's not bad by any stretch of the imagination. But I gotta say, I could see the cathedral and some of the later floors starting to present some issues for us. You know, if this is truly... if this is truly where our damage is going to be capping off. If this is where the damage caps off, I could see us running into some issues. We won't know until we get there, though. Thankfully, we should have, again, guaranteed deals with the devil every floor. As long as we do our due diligence with Gul'dan Teleporter, which I will. I'm a good, conscientious Gul'dan Teleporter user. You guys know I'm very min-maxy when it comes to this game, so I don't think it should be too much of a shock that I like Gul'dan Teleporter as an item. The ability to, it's essentially if you're like willing to put in the work, and I am. If you're willing to put in the work, it's kind of just like a goat head to some degree. And not only is it goat head, it also is guaranteed teleportation out of curse rooms, so you only take half damage, or we can fly now, so we actually take 0 damage, which is sweet. I don't think either of those help us, to be honest with you. Let's try Perthro. No, AWAS. I don't think either of those help us, so I don't think we take them. Oh, we don't need to get too fancy with Gul'dan. Nice hit. We don't gotta get too fancy with Gul'dan Teleporter on this floor, as we have a 100% chance with the deal with the devil anyway, so let's not worry too much about it on this floor. Pandora's Box, I think, could be decent. On this floor, I think it gives 2 items. I mean, it's actually good. 15 cents for 4 Spirit Hearts is good. We were a little light on the HP anyway. I'm gonna go back and pick up that other one. You thought I forgot it. You were right in the comment as we speak. Don't worry about it. I noticed that I dropped it. I'll pick it up. Excuse me? Okay, thank you, ability to fly. You make me a little less scared in a room like this. Okay. But yeah, this is a cool concept. Will it be fun? No. But it's kind of like a new, interesting, strategic way to think about Isaac. Now, I do miss the D6. I think the D6 is pretty awesome. A cube of meat. Here's where you could start to here's where you could start to get me a little bit. A cube of meat, I could see an argument, could be potentially be worth more than like blood clot. Maw of the Void, also really good. I think I'm gonna take Maw of the Void over blood clot. So our damage should go down. It didn't. Wait, so stat upgrades are permanent? So like here, let me swap out tears for HP plus tears. No, I did lose tears. Okay. So the question is, I keep the HP though. So the question is, are these like the same tears up? They're essentially the same. So we got the free HP out of that. Do I want to turn that HP into duality or Cambion Conception? Not really. Not really. I think I'm just going to go. I think I'm good to go. Okay. Yeah, I'd be willing to potentially part ways with one of my tiers upgrades. We do have 3 of them. So maybe a little ridiculous. Now here's the question. What happens when you bring a key shard down to the Dogma fight, down to home, with the alternative characters? What do you unlock in that case? That's a weird scenario that I hadn't quite considered. Because with the main characters, you unlock this. What do you unlock when you do it the other way? Probably don't take the addicted pill. Seems like maybe just bad. Okay, thanks to Curved Horn as well. Like, Curved Horn seems pretty sick on this run. It basically just means that I don't have to hold on to a damage upgrade. It's an extra... Nice. It's an extra slot that I can reserve for something else, which is awesome. We can do our mom fight quickly here, because we can golden teleporter out. Don't have to worry about any getting trapped in there or anything. Cut my life into pieces. They don't sing that song. That was Papa Roach. That was Daddy Roach. That's my bad. Probably should have taken damage there, but I did not. Thank you to the game. Golden Key is sick. Ability to fly makes this room easy. I'll come get that in a second, I promise, maybe. I don't actually promise, but you can pretend that I promise. Red Mom fight's really tough now with how much range the hand has. The hand's potential range makes this fight a lot more difficult. It's okay. Okay, we did get our deal with the devil, which is sick. I missed boss rush by 3 minutes, which is sad. This is tough too. So normally, I would say Guppy's Collar is an easy take. It's a Guppy item. But here's the question. Do you have to be holding onto all 3 Guppy items to become Guppy? Do you have to hold on to all 3 Guppy items to become Guppy? Or does just picking it up infuse you with the 1/3 Guppy essence? I don't know. Is there any item I'm willing to part ways with to test this? I'll get rid of one of my tiers up. I picked up Monster Manuel. I'll be honest with you, in my brain, that item was just Guppy's Collar. Monster Manual was not even a potential option. I had just accepted that it was Guppy's Collar. By the way, great use of an HP, by the way. I had just accepted that it was Guppy's Collar, and I didn't even look at it. Didn't even look at it when I went to go pick it up. Try to time it or anything. I just charged. So that's my bad. Sawi for that one. Teleport out of here. It's a big rip. It's maybe not a big rip. It's at least a slight rip for sure. Could potentially get an HP upgrade in there. So I do think it's in our best interest to golden teleporter our way through this situation. Maw of the Void is pretty good. Starter deck, piggy bank, wooden nickel, weird bracelet. No, not interested there. I am interested in the battery charge. Have I gotten both? No, I've only gotten one of my secret rooms. So let's go ahead and get the second one, which is most assuredly right there. Try to get the second one, which is most assuredly right there. Great stuff. It seems horrible. Missing no seems horrible. Not only does it take up one of the item slots, but it's gonna reroll all the rest of them so that every floor you have 7 random items. It's different than like taking it late game when you've already got like 15 items or like 30 items. Your reroll is probably going to land you in a place that's at least winnable. That just doesn't. I think that's just bad, so I'm not going to. You Serpent's Kiss, you're so good, but you're so bad now. I don't know what 120 volt does, to be honest with you. I think I would rather have both of these over soap. I'm so mad about Serpent's Kiss. I'm gonna take it because I still love it. Even though I know it doesn't work anymore. Okay, use this. Yeah, I mean, we want Old Bandage for the HP. We want Old Bandage for the HP. Thank you for the extra HP slot. Very nice of you. And I think because we're doing so much damage with Maw of the Void now, I don't mind losing the Tears stat as much. Golden Bombs. I don't mind losing the Tears stat as much. It's not as detrimental to us. Now, am I gonna have a way to deal damage to myself? Just a little bit of damage. Am I gonna have to wait? Why are we dropping so many pills everywhere? Yes. Okay, great stuff. This should take us to Deal with the Devil. Oh, just kidding. We've already seen Deal with the Devil. Okay, that was a little bit of a waste of time. That's okay. Wish I knew how new Maw of the Void worked. Those both seem bad, so I don't want either one of those. I think the run is good enough to win. If this was, it's an XL floor. I can tell you that we're probably not gonna do golden teleporter plays on this floor, just because I'm lazy and I don't want to explore an entire XL floor. Now, if I just like happen to go the wrong way, is that a rainbow champion? Shiny Pokemon? Whoa! Tears down. Okay, no more pills. Think we're done with pills. If I somehow like accidentally just keep going the wrong way and have to explore the entire floor, then I will. Thank you for that. But I'd rather not to if I didn't have to. This could be worth it. It wasn't, just in case you were... Use my teleport card just 1 second too late. It wasn't worth it if you were curious, but could have been. Okay, hemorrhaging damage here. Not good. Need to calm down here. I think this is a winnable run. I think this run is winnable, but we gotta chillax a little bit. Gotta chillax just a little bit. And again, what I was gonna say, if this was old Isaac, this is a guaranteed dub. Because Serpent's Kiss and Maw of the Void would both keep us more than enough supplied on black hearts. We would have as much HP as we could ever desire, basically. I don't know what's happening to me. Unfortunately, in this new repentance world we're living in, gotta take the HP in my opinion. And maybe you just leave Serpent's Kiss behind. The speed down stinks, but like Serpent's Kiss isn't really doing anything for you if it doesn't generate black hearts anymore. Yeah, I think the damage is more valuable, so I'll hold on to this for now. We may swap it out eventually. Look, Maw of the Void is the Maw of the Void's the bread and butter right now. Maw of the Void is like the rolls at Texas Roadhouse. No one, let's be honest, is going to Texas Roadhouse for their, I don't know, pork chops. You may get the pork chops while you're there, but it's like and they may be delicious. I don't know. I've never had them. I always get the country fried steak because it's really good. But they're not the main reason you're going there. Even in my case, I love the country fried steak. It's not the main reason I'm going there. If my friends are ever like, you want to go to Texas Roadhouse? That country fried steak doesn't pop into my brain. You know what pops into my brain? Those rolls. Maw of the Void are the Texas Roadhouse rolls. Serpent's Kiss? Anything else at this point even? It's not helping. Serpent's Kiss was like... by the way, I went the complete wrong way because you knew I would. Serpent's Kiss... Serpent's Kiss... Tinted Rock? Is like the country fried steak. But... Odd Mushroom is like the cinnamon butter because it gives us a damage up, which by proxy increases the power. I'm dead? I'm alive. It by proxy increases the power. Great damage. Just really good. Continue to take more damage like that. It makes Maw of the Void stronger, I think. I think it scales based off your damage. Am I gonna go every wrong way? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose this run because I'm bad. It's embarrassing. This is a one run. Maw of the Void is still a one run, even without Blackheart generating potential, and I'm gonna squander it. And I'm gonna squander it due to poor dodging. It doesn't help that I've had to explore the entirety of the XL floor. That certainly doesn't help. Like if we could have just picked the right way, which I somehow didn't. If we could have just picked the right way, like that could have sorted some things out for us, but instead here we are. Yeah, we could have made it here a long time ago, unfortunately. It's all right. Let's get it done. We may die here. We may die here. Although it looks like they nerfed her. Thank God. Maybe not. Maybe not nerfed. Maybe like slightly nerfed because this was an impossible boss fight before. Just a straight up impossible boss fight. Okay, gotta take the HP. We'll take the HP. It's gonna keep us alive. It's basically the only thing keeping me alive at this point. Forget the Spirit Hearts. And then you go fight Mama. Specifically her Hort. Oh, he almost got me, dude. He was, do you see him pull back the cap on that? I don't really interact with guns very much, so I don't know what it's called, but he pulled the hammer down. I think that's what it's called. There's a part of it like a revolver that's like a hammer, right? That's what he did, dude. He brought the hammer down. He was ready. All right, we have our deal with the devil. The deal with the devil contains 2 items that I would dare say, 4 items even I would dare say that I don't care about very much, and that certainly I can't spend the HP on. So I think you just go up. Keep the run alive for as long as humanely possible. Stop taking bad damage. You at least got the Mom's Heart fight done. So at least we made some progress. Anything else at this point is, to some degree, gravy. We are kind of weak. Everything else at this point is to some degree gravy. So you just want to try to pull together the run if you can. This room is really hard for my brain to figure out what I'm supposed to do. Can't really do anything. It's too hard for my brain to figure out how to handle that room, but we did it. Okay, Spirit Hearts. Spirit Hearts, you could come save my run. Okay, apologies for that one. Problems? If you got a problems, Maw of the Void won't solve them. Check out the booth while the DJ... That guy's got Big Dome! Ooh, he's like that kid that was on Vine. You remember that kid with the huge head? I love that kid. That kid was adorable. He did have a big dome, though. Okay. We're pretty weak, I'm not gonna lie to you. Having only 8 items tends to do that. We do have a heart on the ground now. I don't really know what that was. I'm embarrassed by that one. Basically, the second I hear the firing... Essentially, the second that I hear the firing pattern of that enemy, my brain just locks up. And I don't know why, but it just straight up locks up, dude. Okay. So the Emperor card is potentially sick. You piece. So what I was gonna say is we could... Okay. So I think we go ahead and just do this fight on a half heart. You maybe check and see if you can find a second secret room. And it has 3 spirit hearts. Be very careful in here. Like, be abundantly careful in here. Okay. I think you attempt to fight Isaac on the 2 hearts. You go to the chest, you get your items, you see if you want any of them, you Emperor card. I think that's what you do. I think that's what you do. Because exploring the chest doesn't really benefit us. Raw liver is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Raw liver is potentially run winning. The 2 extra HP is so good. The 2 extra HP is so sick here. Now, we are not doing very much damage. And I can't really get in with Maw of the Void in this fight. That's okay. This one's a marathon, not a sprint. This one's a marathon, not a sprint. Worst comes to worst, if we get down to 1 HP... Don't know how you dodge those guys, really? Okay, good stuff. I no longer know how to dodge this attack besides just crossing my fingers and praying. Okay, we are actually doing enough damage. We are actually somehow doing enough damage that he doesn't chase me down anymore. Okay, we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through. Was feeling a little dicey there for a bit. This one he may charge. Oh my gosh. Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. Go heal up. Go heal up. If you pick this up multiple times, does it keep giving the benefits? Okay, no. That would have... They probably tested that. Like, that's probably like day 1 testing. Okay, good stuff. Ooh. To the chest we go, let's finish up strong. To the chest we go, let's finish up strong. What do you got for me? Ooh, double items everywhere. Okay. So, Nun's Habit doesn't do anything for me at this point, and it honestly hasn't done anything for a while. Why did I keep it? It's too much. Okay. Chili Pepper, I think, is good. Bird's Eye. We probably want the extra HP from Lard. We don't really need to fly for this battle, so we can lose the ability to fly. We want the extra HP from Lard. Thank you. I think we probably want the Game Kid. And then I think you take the tears up. Think you take the tears up? Seems pretty good to me. Seems pretty good to me. I think you go for it. I think you go for it. You Emperor card and you go for it. Oh, dude. Bird's Eye. So good. Okay, don't take stupid damage. Still, War of Attrition. War of Nutrition. Okay, that's a lot of damage. Don't forget, if he spawns a bunch of flies and you find a nice opportunity to get in there with the game kid, maybe slurp some of that HP up. Strikes me as a potentially sick opportunity. Now, it didn't really work out for us there, unfortunately. Pretty upset about it. Pretty upset about it. End him. Bird's eye. You gotta come in clutch here. Couple more bird's eyes. Couple more bird's eyes. Look, you can't really get much closer than that. But at the end of the day, a dub is a dub. We didn't unlock anything. So they have their own post-it note, but there's no items associated with it. Okay. So this is more like a just for funsies kind of thing, I suppose. It seems that there's no content, perhaps? I mean, maybe there is. Maybe you have to, like, complete the whole post-it note to get an item or whatever it is, but based on that first run, I mean, that would be ridiculous. This is, like, what, 17 characters? And then there's how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 17 is a number that went too high in my middle school times table, so I don't know it. They would have had to add that many new items. Probably didn't, so that makes sense. It's like, what, like almost 200 new items? Yeah, okay. So they probably no items associated with the unlocks, but hey, nonetheless, pretty sick. Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider showing some support down below. Liking, commenting, subscribing. All help out a tremendous deal. Share with your grandmother as always. But with that, thank you guys for watching. I promise you we'll do the Bloody Mary challenge next time. See ya.